Apple changed their batteries and were changing their laptops. And then that essentially leads to the evolution of Tesla.
Yeah, I love that. So the story is, it's a really techie battery person story, which a really techie battery person told me. There's this whole, like you can, and people have written whole books on this stuff. There's different shapes of batteries, okay? And so actually a lot of the battery that's in your phone is likely to be a pouch battery, okay? There's 3 different types. You've got a pouch battery, and that's basically kind of, the outside is it's not fully, it's solid, but it's kind of, you could bend it a little bit. Then you've got like a prismatic battery, which has got like a hard kind of case on the outside, but it's usually like a rectangle. And then you've got the kind of traditional ones that we're all familiar with, those cylinder batteries, like an AA battery or an AAA battery. And basically there was this moment a few years ago when most laptops were using the cylinder batteries. So Apple kind of wanted to make its laptops more and more thin. And as a result, they shifted towards pouch or prismatic. I think it was pouch batteries. So as a result, you have all these manufacturers who are used to making the cylinder cells, who are like, oh gosh, well, we've lost our biggest customer. Apple's suddenly not using our cylinder cells anymore. And at that very same moment, that's kind of when Tesla came into the market with a big appetite for getting lots of lithium-ion batteries. And they went to, I think, Panasonic and said, can we do a deal? And, there's one thing that Elon Musk is really good at, is kind of getting a cheap price. And he was able to get an incredibly cheap price. And some people suggest that the numbers just wouldn't have stacked up if he hadn't have got that brilliant deal on cheap batteries at the very time, which was a consequence of Apple just shifting from one shape of battery to another. It might not have ever happened really for Tesla were it not for that. And those little things, happenstance kind of matters. It's not that we wouldn't have had an electric kind of vehicle industry, but it wouldn't necessarily have kind of evolved in the way that we think it would have. And that to some extent is a consequence of these slightly chaotic forces